Welcome back everyone, this is Lapidosum and this is my fifth voiceover in my newest attempt of making this video work. And I am in mourning because my 24-minute long video turned into a 7-minute long video because I also lost some of the recordings. And yeah, I also already recorded this voiceover for the 24-minute long version of this video last week, which is when I also posted it on Instagram, I mean the picture itself, and promised a speed paint in a few days. But this is one of the reasons why I ended up being delayed in that process. Now I am afraid that you won't be able to see the whole speed paint, only this 1/3 of it, of the whole thing, but I hope this is okay. So to please speed run through what this project was supposed to be originally. This was my way of practicing how to make a character design appealing using Vessel's new custom design from Sleep Token, which I kind of had to because I love Sleep Token and I'm in love with the new custom designs, not only with their colors but also with the amount of details and the amount of effort that seems to have gone into them. It also helps that those existing details, in my experience, can easily be simplified into bigger holes and into larger shapes. So while it would be it would have a lot of extra motion going on in animation, especially with the cape and the feathers, it would also be very easy to express in many different settings with many different poses. So my goal here was to apply my art style to it and to simplify the whole character basically, and to also make it look like something that you would want to see in animation, something that you would want to hear the story of. And a lot of that credit obviously goes to the original custom designers. I basically just had to make it more expressive, which you can see I tried modifying the slits he has for eyes on his masks as if they were eyes themselves, and also painting his mask as if there are wrinkles on it, which is obviously impossible, but in a cartoon setting I think it could definitely work, and it would make for a very interesting character. I sometimes painted a bit of a pupil for one of his eyes out of the 6, and I also tried to use the top pair of his eyes as some sort of eyebrows, since he doesn't have eyebrows naturally, whereas the bottom pair of his eyes is more like an even more oversimplified version of the central ones that are only capable of conveying the very basic of human emotions, them being mostly just dots and lines in most of these cases, even in the more closer shots of his face. I also had to make the bottom half of his mask. Well, I obviously had to simplify it as well because there were just way too many details there. But I had to make it so I can change the width of that hole a bit, that hole for his mouth, to make it applicable to the shape of the mouth. So when you see him smile, you can see that hole in the mask is a bit wider as well, so you don't just see his middle two teeth that you would if I kept the slit as skinny as it was in the first pose. But even with all those modifications, you can see me relying heavily on his body language as he does himself on stage, as far as I've noticed. You can see I've taken some poses that he actually hit on stage. I might end up cutting those reference images in as well, just so everyone understands. But these were the most famous ones from these past two tours, album cycles, I guess, if I can say that. In terms of colors, you could see me entering hex codes a lot of the times. Just a few minutes ago, that was me trying to import the colors directly from the Even in Arcadia album cover to use on him, except for the green, of course. And I was again in pain because I didn't know how to enter hex codes into Krita, but I ended up succeeding, kind of. And you can see me struggling with those colors as well, even though they are basically stolen. That green looks absolutely disgusting. I promise I'm going to fix it in a moment. Maybe you won't see it because I lost that file too, but it will be fixed. And the video is about to end, so thank you for listening and thank you for paying attention to me. And I hope to see you in the next one. I also hope that the next one will exist at all. Thank you. Bye.